I have the account numbers. We'll transfer everything by midnight. He won't know until we're in Cyprus. He'll be the perfect
That's when I heard
guy.
the words that blew my life
How
apart.
could you?
He'll never see it coming. That was Lauren's voice, my wife of 5 years. I was frozen behind a dumpster in the alley behind her company's loft, rain dripping from my cap. Her boss, Kevin Reid, stood inches from her, whispering like they were planning a bank heist. "Once Ethan's in Memphis," Lauren said, "we move the money, file the papers, and we're gone. 2 weeks in Cancun, then a new life." My hand clenched around my truck keys so tight they left deep marks in my palm. This wasn't just an affair. This was a calculated setup. I backed away, silent, got into my truck, and drove home through the storm. I didn't call. I didn't text. I let her believe I was still on my way to pick her up, playing the part of the loyal, clueless husband she thought I was. That night, as she slept peacefully beside me, I stayed awake, planning every single step of my counterattack. The next morning, she came into the kitchen wearing sunglasses, holding her head like she'd just survived a wild party. "Morning, babe," I said, as casually as I could, putting a plate of bacon and eggs in front of her. "Oh, thanks," she mumbled, the lie rolling off her tongue as smoothly as one of her sales pitches. For the next few days, I played dumb. I was the loyal, oblivious Ethan she wanted me to be. She had no idea I had heard everything. So when she asked, "You're still going to Memphis next week, right?" Her voice was a little too light, too controlled. "Yep," I replied. 3 days. I'll be back Sunday." Her smile was sharp, satisfied. She thought her trap was set. But the truth was, it had already snapped shut around her. I called my sister Macy in a complete panic and met her at a coffee shop. I laid it all out, the alley, the whispers of offshore accounts, the whole plan to disappear with my money. Her jaw just dropped. "Ethan, this is serious fraud. Theft? You need evidence." She immediately dragged me to a divorce attorney, a real bulldog named Patricia Winters. Patricia listened to the whole story, took a ton of notes, and then gave me my instructions. Play along. Gather every piece of proof you can. And whatever you do, do not confront her. A quick call to the bank confirmed our worst fears. Lauren had been slowly draining our savings for months, making small transfers to avoid suspicion. Nearly $30,000 was already gone. And on top of that, 3 new credit cards had been approved in my name. A potential 50 grand of debt was just waiting to be spent. I felt sick. She wasn't just leaving me. She was gutting me financially. That night, she made my favorite chili, cuddled up with me to watch a Titans game she couldn't care less about, and even suggested a romantic trip for us after Memphis. Her audacity was almost impressive. The moment she left for a meeting, I opened her laptop, the password, our wedding date, and inside I found the real Lauren, or should I say the many Laurens. There were emails about accounts in the Cayman Islands, detailed banking instructions, and a reservation for a 2-week villa in Cancun for 2. There were even documents for creating new identities. I found emails from her past under a completely different name, Allison Mitchell, linked to a similar fraud attempt in Seattle a few years back. My wife wasn't just a cheater. She wasn't even my wife. She was a professional con artist. As I was frantically copying everything to a USB drive, I heard the garage door open. I slammed the laptop shut just as she walked in, smiling. "Want to grab some lunch?" she asked, all sweet and domestic. "Already ate," I lied. She just smiled back, a picture of warmth and deception. Then things got even more chilling. My employee, Tyler, pulled me aside at the shop. "Your wife came by," he said. "She was asking if you'd be alone later, which phone you'd have on you. She offered me $200 to text her if you seemed upset. She wasn't just planning to rob me. She was planning to track my every move, to isolate me." My sister S voice rang in my head. "You need to be 10 steps ahead." So I got a burner phone. I started staying at a cheap hotel each night, letting Lauren think I was just working late. Then I got the message from the private investigator I'd hired. "They're meeting tonight, Hermitage Hotel, room 712. I sat at the hotel bar and watched her world crumble in real time. Kevin's wife, Heather, stormed out of the elevator, screaming. She'd found them together. Hotel security rushed in. Cameras were flashing from people's phones. Lauren stumbled into the lobby, her face pale, completely exposed. Our eyes met across the room. She rushed toward me, her fake tears already rehearsed. "Ethan, I can explain. I just activated the recorder in my pocket." She spun a web of lies about coercion and fear. That's when I said it. "I heard you. That night in the alley, every single word." The mask didn't just slip. It shattered, her voice turned sharp. "You can't prove anything," I smiled. "Oh, I can prove everything." Then I asked her for the real truth, and she delivered the final blow. "I outgrew you years ago," she spat. "Kevin offered more, a better life. Look at him, then look at you. Who wouldn't choose him? Some wounds don't bleed, they just burn." I stood up, walked away, and didn't look back. Patricia, my lawyer, froze all our assets. Lauren begged, she screamed, she threatened. She even tried to plant evidence to frame me. But the investigators quickly uncovered a massive $1.5 million insurance scam she and Kevin were running. Kevin cracked first, throwing her under the bus to save himself. He told detectives their plan was to set me up as the fall guy. Lauren disappeared, but she wasn't smart enough to outrun federal warrants. They found her in Costa Rica, living under yet another fake identity. She was extradited, arrested, and sentenced to 12 years in prison. Kevin got 8. As for me, I rebuilt. I expanded my auto shop, hired new mechanics, and turned it into a thriving business. Tyler became my right-hand man. Macy kept me grounded. I learned how to breathe again. 2 years later, standing outside my shop, looking at the glowing sign, I realized I wasn't that broken man hiding behind a dumpster anymore. I had survived. A detective on the case once told me, "The most valuable repair you'll ever make is rebuilding yourself." He was right. Some things break you, but others remake you stronger than you ever thought possible. And I was living proof. Thanks for listening to